Hey, this is Torah in 2 minutes-ish. In American society, many Jews feel out more on Hanukkah, meaning that their identity as being a Jew is maybe in people's minds or in your mind throughout the year, but for many people it's more prominent around Hanukkah, part of obviously because of the prominence of Christmas in our culture. But Jews generally aren't ashamed of this fact. We're proud of the fact that we have something that is different and that we're called to something different and that we have a specific history and identity that we can highlight this time of year. Part of that mitzvah is that we put the Hanukkah menorah, the Chanukiah, in the window. The mitzvah is actually to have your Chanukiah in the window on Hanukkah when it's lit so that everyone can see it. And it's Persumei Nisa, that the miracle can be publicized. Now, there's a famous Talmudic debate, as far as Talmudic debates can be famous, about how you light your Hanukkah menorah. The school of Shammai says that you start on the first day with 8 candles and you work your way down to 1, which has its own logic, right? The oil would have decreased throughout the holiday so that so that you would have decreased your candles. Or the school of Hillel says that you start with 1 and you build up to 8, which has its own logic as well, right? That the miracle grew greater day by day. And there's also a halachic principle in Jewish law that in Matlin B'Kedusha, that you increase your holiness and you don't decrease. So always, because you should be going up in holiness, we go up in our number of candles. And that also gives the sense that things increase and then we'll just keep going on that trajectory out into the future. That's a link with our feeling more out on Hanukkah. That just like we are unashamed of who we are when we put our Hanukkah menorah in the window, when people wish us happy Hanukkah, we're okay with who we are. The same thing should be for other mitzvot throughout the year. That we can say, I don't eat this because of our tradition of reminding ourselves constantly that we're called to holiness and to remind ourselves every time we eat of our obligations between God and other people. We have certain laws of kashrut, and we should adhere to some of these, and we should be unashamed of it the same way we're unashamed on Hanukkah. Other things as well, things like Shabbat, to be able to say to people and to ourselves that, I always take some time on Shabbat because we're called to cultivate certain qualities within ourselves. That sense of publicness is part of the lesson of Hanukkah and a part of what we should carry with ourselves. And we should always lean beyond the Kedusha, that sense of going up in holiness, not just during Hanukkah, but try and carry that over to the rest of the year. Happy Hanukkah, Shabbat Shalom.